So, survive. My meaning makes it. I'm slipping. Can't put up. I'm slipping. Can't get up. I'm slipping. Got to get up. If you got some beats, I can test it. Hey, I'm slipping. I can't get up. Hey, I'm slipping. I can't get up. Hey, I'm slipping. Got to get up. If you got some beats, I can test it. I've been through mad different phases, like mazes, to find my way. And now I know that happy days are not far away. If I'm strong enough, I'll live long enough to see my kids. And when something more constructive with the time than this, I know because I've been there. Now I'm in there. Sit back and look at what it took for me to get there. First came the ball, the drama with my mama. She got on some fly shit, so I split and said that I'ma be that seed that doesn't need much to succeed.
I just had to get this DMX in because it's the move I'm in right now. It's Monday. We alive. Oh, hold on. I'm too dark. I be dark. My jail. Dang. My junk tripping. That's why I'm too dark. Something I did. Leave this kid. Hey. What the hell? Oh, look like my ring light out. But we rocking to this DMX. Man, this was one of the hardest songs ever, man. DMX did his big one on this one. No lies. No lies told. No lies told, bro. How y'all weekend? I'm trying to fix my ring light as y'all see. How your weekend go? Well, hey. Oh well. My weekend still feel like it's going. We turned up, we maxed out, we here. Welcome to DaOnes Detective Agency. This is the water cooler edition.
Welcome to work, detectives. It's time to start another day. Warm up with your friends and get yourself together for the case.
We got a big, super big case today. But we had the water cooler, so we finna turn up a little bit, man. What y'all been up to, man? How was y'all weekend? Did y'all sleep well? Did y'all rest well? Did y'all fellowship with friends? I can't believe my ring light tripping right now. It always have these moments that it want to act a plumb donkey. Oh, snap. Devil. Hold up. Ain't no way. Oh, so, okay. So my ring light that's not the one. Which one is acting the plumb holding? That one holding strong. I gotta find out where this one goes to. I got so many plugs over here, y'all. Y'all, we got a big case today. I'm talking about a huge case. It might have to be a two-parter. I got my grandbaby. I unplugged so much stuff over there, y'all. But I'm back. I'm back. We got a big. You see, I got my light on. You see, I got my ring light on. Boom. Now, y'all can see me now. I got to get my phone set back up because I unplugged that too. But welcome. We ain't struggling this morning. We just going through the motions. Make sure y'all spin by thehighwaycollection.com. That's HWYcollection.com. Enter the discount code UNO and you will save you some money on whatever you decide. I might just rock out like this today. You know what? I am. I'm just going to rock out like this today. I don't even feel like having this earbud in anyway. Can y'all hear me? We good? We good. I ain't rock out like this old school in a minute. So yeah, we going old school. I remember when I first started like this. I was like, man, let me clean out my computer camera because I very rarely use that mug. Okay. We decent.
my phone camera just be so crispy. It be like you can see the little goddamn pimples in my face, man. Straight up. Y'all, let's get into this roll call, man. But make sure you spend by the highway collection. We got a big case. Today's case is called Case of the Funny Killer. I got my grandkids here, so I'm gonna get this might be a two-parter because this one right here, an hour and 50 minutes. I know we ain't gonna make it through it today. That means I gotta be like this the whole time. Y'all know I can't do that. I talk too damn much. I talk entirely too much to do that. So, hey, like I said, highwaycollection.com. You get there. We finna get into the roll call. Put that discount code UNO in, and we gonna get you a discount when you buy some of this good gear right here. Let's do it.
Roll call. Hurry up, detectives. It's time to work.
Let's see who in the building. Clocked in, ready to go. First person in the building was Detective Sharon in the building. She said, I'm in this big clocked in. Hey, Detective, I'm sorry for that weekend. I thought I had told. Gotta hang there. I thought I had told y'all we ain't had no work this weekend because I had to get my grandbabies. I was gonna be driving on Saturday, so I couldn't give y'all no overtime. And HR already tripping, said I allow y'all to have too many hours and y'all just be running them up and y'all be running over me. So I had to make that transition right there real quick. Y'all, I'm finna go to my phone. Y'all deserve it. Y'all deserve everything. We might go over 2 hours. I might not want to do. Okay. That's how we coming in.
Good morning. How y'all doing? Y'all feeling all right? Y'all feeling good? I'm feeling good too. I don't know. I guess this is my comfortable spot. I feel comfortable. I know y'all can hear me good. Y'all can hear me real good now, huh? Can't you? And I can give y'all some of that love I've been wanting to give y'all. I just want to hey, we gonna get into it. Make sure y'all tap in tonight. Grown folk talk. I'm gonna try to be there. If my grandkids want to be outside and doing some wild shit, that's what we gonna be doing. That's what we gonna be doing. So y'all, I'm planning on being there. I'm not trying to skip out, hold out, miss out, or none of that with my boy Boss. But I got my grandbabies here. That's my first priority. You know what I'm saying? Put in good memories with Pop Pop. You know, my boys love their Pop Pop, man. So and I love them too. They give me juice. You can probably feel it in my being. Like I feel. When I have my grandkids, when I have all my kids together, my grandkids, my mama here, man, you know what I'm saying? I only miss my sister. My sister be here, and my son, but he jet setting with his wife. So hey, if I had when I have all my people, all my little creation together like this, I can rest, I can sleep. I'm not as anxious, I'm not angry. But when they out, I just being. But right now I feel so I'm mellow, I'm good. It feel like I ain't. You know how after you get finished, how you just be like, yeah, I'm smooth, yeah. You want a cup of juice? I'm finna go downstairs and make a sound. You want a sound? You know how you giving, and that's what I mean. I'm in that mode right now. Hey, my girl Modesty in the building. Good morning. Hey, Bookie. Good morning. She said, hey, who beautiful people? Flatmont ENT in the building. Hey, Miss T. Hey, gorgeous. I hope you had a great weekend. I hope you slept well, rest well. In my side P, Booby, what's up, man? She said, great day, good people. I hope y'all had a great weekend. Start this week by spreading positivity. Say something kind to a stranger. They may need it. Grand Rising ladies. Yes, sirski. We in the building. Yeah, he done unplugged. Yeah, I did. I unplugged the road. I said, dang, but you would do that right now in front of the family. You're so goofy. Hey, y'all act like y'all seeing me. I'm transparent. I be messing up all the time. But I just make it sound good and look good when you mess up. You just hey, yeah, that's part of life. It happens. Y'all. Boy, I had a conversation with my daddy, boy. We'll talk about that later. We'll talk about it. We had the water cooler having a roll call. I'm getting everybody in the building. Booby in the building. Miss T. Everybody say I'm good. Got Miss Sharon in there. Theo in the building. HR some crap. I still like, yeah. What? Man, I'm going to go talk to them, man. And for sure. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring HR on the show tomorrow morning. And they're going to have to explain about them checks, man. They're going to have to explain about them checks. Sis, what's up? Good morning, sis. Love you, boy. Hey, your granddaughter, but she's so stuck up. She want to play with everybody. She don't want to even try to pick up. She want to go to her great granny, me, my. But she want to play with me for me, my own. She's so stuck up. Ooh, I love her little thick self. Yes. Hey, Toy, good morning. Hey, right, modest moments, me either. I just want my I'm gonna get y'all a check, man. If I ain't have to work yesterday, I would have been there. Love you too. Yeah, I'm gonna get y'all a check. D, what's up, D love? Good morning, love. Y'all, I ain't finna play around no more, man. Guess what? Hey, who you telling? She treat me like a little that's what I'm saying. She's stuck up. I told the girl, I told you little grandbaby, you little stingy little grandbaby. I told her little self, I said, that's my mama. She get to put her face on her cheek and rub at her like this. I said, girl, I don't care about none of all of that, though. That's my mama. That was my mama first. I don't care what you talking about, little grandbaby. She rubbing on mama's face and mama just sitting there. Yeah, it's okay. Oh, so you ain't claiming me? Okay. I got both of y'all. Y'all, let's get into this case. Y'all ready? Y'all ready to do this, man? We got this one called the funny killer. Hope you got your cuffs. Hope you got your pew pepper spray. We finna have a good day. We finna jump into it. Let's do it.
Doors down so you
Wait. We finna jump into the case. I'm speeding.
Here this morning, police are looking for a
The only detective agency capable of handling these grotesque and obscene cases. Look no further than the DaOnes Detective Agency, where evidence does not matter. We lock you up and figure it out later.
Hey, what's up?
DaOnes Detective Agency, with your captain, Uno the One.
Modesty, bro. I hope one day we do get paid, man, because they ain't even pay me yet, neither, but I thought I had created the agency. That somebody had bought me out. Talking about somebody named DJ Trump or some T-Rump, DJ T-Rump or something like that. I don't know. But whatever, he bought us out, and then they just kicked me to the curb. They talking about they looking for a new host. They may have somebody younger come in and say my eyes getting bad. I'll be missing out on clues. And y'all know I had all these HR complaints. So, whew, y'all pray for me. I hope I get paid.
3
Clock
doors
in, though.
down
Clock
so you
in.
can't ignore it.
Hi, Grandma. Have you heard from Mom? There's like a part of me that knows
He's some bullshit. I'm going to say that off TOP. I'm finna go back. Listen to these voices now. The dude that was just singing in the beginning was sound like he having a good time.
3 doors down so you can't ignore it.
Okay, 3 doors down so you can ignore it. Everybody having a good time, being jovial.
Hi, Grandma. Have you heard from...
Look at him in the back. Hi, Grandma. Have you heard from Mom? That's not he had something to do with it. I don't know. He had something to do with it. That's what I'm saying. Off TOP. Bro had something to do with it. He's on ass. I'm not calling him captain. Oh no, boo. I feel the same way. Thank you, D. Bruh. One day, man, we gonna get that money on. Good morning, Thea.
Mom, there's like a part of me that knows I should feel bad, but I can't feel anything for it.
Was that the same voice? Hold on, y'all. This is only first 10 seconds. I'm gonna run it back. Tell me if this the same person that's saying all of this. Because if it's 2 or 3 different people, Okay, I don't know who it is, but whoever this is that's talking, I think it's that dude in that green shirt that's saying all of these things. I know for sure one of them is his voice, and that's him because we see him on video talking about mom. I mean, Granny, have you heard from mom? That was fake. That was fake as hell. So let me see.
3 doors down, so you can't ignore it.
Hi, Grandma. Have you heard from Mom? There's like a
Yeah, that's the same dude. That's the same dude.
part of me that knows I should feel bad, but I can't feel anything for it.
Yeah, that's the same dude. That's the same dude. He did it. This dude that's saying this right here, he did it.
What to do?
I'm not gonna get a birthday or Christmas, and disowned by my entire family.
Dude, I'm not even getting to work tomorrow.
Someone's about to get fired.
Oh, I don't know. That might be two different voices. God dang it, bro. I'm trying to solve the case before I even know who the man name is. But two of those clips matched at least to the dude in the green shirt. The dude in the green shirt who called and talking about yes. D-Lord, is this volunteer work? Well, let me check my paperwork. I'm gonna check my paperwork. Let me check my damn paperwork. Let me go in my safe. Check my damn paperwork. See, I had bought it. I had when I bought the company. Let me see. Let me see the damn. She said this is
Detective, in my office. Now.
She said this is voluntary. Let me see. Let me see it here. Let me see here. Let me see here. Anybody that clocks in shall be paid a few dollars. Yeah, nah, this ain't voluntary. I know I had read through my good glasses. This is not voluntary. We got to get paid, baby. Put this back in. See, I kept it. See, they gotta teach y'all something. In the military, they say keep your important documents in something waterproof. See, I learned something. Let's get back to this case. You had me thinking this was voluntary. I was finna shut this down right now. This was finna be over with. We ain't doing no voluntary.
On the afternoon of November 2nd, 2018, as the Volusia
that's a
County
nice house.
officers respond to a
Nice, Mr.
911 call about a
Look
burglary,
where we at, y'all. Volusia County. Where's that? Florida.
little did they know they were actually stepping into the most disturbing case Volusia County had ever seen.
I had to pull them out.
911, where's your emergency?
I just got home and my house is completely trashed.
He's a damn lie. D-A-M-N apostrophe. He's lying. Ain't no way you just coming home and you seeing your house completely trashed and you sounding like, I just came home and my house is completely trashed. Man, what the fuck? Somebody kicked my damn door in. Woo. Like you. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just tripping.
It looks like someone broke in the side door.
Okay, how long have you been gone?
I've been gone.
D.
You're cuffed, detective. Cuff him. Cuff him now.
Got him. That's
On all
whoever
school
that
days.
is.
Are you there by yourself?
Yeah.
How old are you?
15.
I need you to take a deep breath.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
going to
that's
ask you
Bill
a few
right there.
questions, okay?
Okay. My mom's car is here and it's on and she's not home. And she was supposed to go to work today and I can't find her.
Okay. Your mom's car is there. Is there any other way she
See, we
ever
locked
gets
him up,
to work?
whoever this
Does she
is.
ever get a ride from anyone else?
No, the car is on. It's turned on.
The car is on, and you're sure she is not there?
I searched the entire place. I've been here for like 8 minutes. I've been looking.
Okay.
I can't find her.
I'm right here with you, okay? What's
So you came home, shawty. Listen to how dumb this sounds. This how people be thinking. Y'all, that's how criminals, they be like, these criminals dumb as hell. Listen to how dumb this sounds. I came home, see my mama car running. the minivan with the exhaust, putting out the exhaust pipe. I hear the little music playing in there. She probably listening to uh, Ashford and Simpson, Solid as a Rock or something like that. And I go in the house and I see the house flipped upside down, disheveled and everything. I don't see mom. I don't see no nothing. I don't see mom. I don't see Toy. I don't see nobody in my house as a young 15-year-old. At this time, this was the last years of Connie. He was in and out that these years. So I ain't see no Jerry Curls juice nowhere around. I'm not gonna search the house for 8 minutes because I know for one, Jenny don't play hide and seek. 8 minutes? You said you've been there for like 8 minutes. In reality, your 8 minutes really means about 20. But yeah, boy, you guilty here, boy. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it.
All right, my full name is Gregory Logan Ramos.
Is there anybody that has made
Gregory Lomo Ramos, you guilty, son. I want to put you in prison, welcome you to prison. I don't even know what happened, but your story didn't make sense. So the car on and crunk, and you see, that's why you my side P. Straight up, sorry, cause we be on the same way. See, Modesty got to welcome you to the polygamous family. She ain't do her job yet. Modesty, welcome her. Damn. Everybody want to act up on Mondays. Mondays will be all time, boy.
made any threats to your mom or to you? Or
No.
As the 911 operator is gathering information from 15-year-old Gregory, officers are arriving on the scene.
Okay, when I'll put my glasses on.
Elaine Clevenger. Where does she work? She works at an architecture firm up in Orlando.
Is she normally home this time of day?
No, she gets home at 6:30.
Okay.
She actually leave for work
Hold up.
She dropped me off, and then she usually just heads back to.
Let's analyze this boy body language for real.
Sunrail and hops in the train with her bike. And is anybody else live here once again? My dad and my two step siblings. Where are they at? My dad is on a business trip in Seattle. He'll be back this afternoon at 6:30.
Okay.
And then the two stepchildren have their moms.
Okay.
But everything is gone. Like, except for like the mounted TV on my wall. There's everything is gone.
Hoping.
Come on, hold on. Y'all know what we finna do.
Detective, in my office. Now.
So, y'all mean to tell me I supposed to believe this man with that body language, with that fake tribble in his way? And my dad usually about 6:30. Those 8 minutes you used, that house wasn't ransacked. Y'all tried to stage a robbery. It was not ransacked. Nigga, the TV off the wall. Real robbers, real dough kickers, really pulling stuff. They not playing with nothing, and they not taking your mama. He guilty. Let's get back to the case, y'all. Thank y'all.
To gain some insight into this burglary, two officers take a walk through Gregory's house. To their horror and shock, the home had been trashed beyond recognition. Every part of the house has been rifled through. The bedroom's closets are emptied out and dumped all over the floor. In the kitchen, every single cabinet was open and rifled through, including those under the sink. Glass littered the floor of the kitchen as the burglars had taken it upon themselves to smash all the glass.
Come on, y'all goofballs. Y'all are goofy. That's from a movie, bro. Burglars gonna look in the... What? Everybody in America knows that under the sink is nothing but chemicals to clean. Fool. Stupid. Who takes... What burglar just go in the kitchen and just say, break the glasses? What does the mugs have to do with any robbery? This was staged by amateurs, by kids watching movies, by him playing too much PlayStation, thinking he could get away with a crime. He killed his mama, and he did something to us. Watch, we gonna find it in the woods. Watch, we gonna find it in the woods.
Where?
That's weird. Why is there all this crap up here spilled? There's a broken glass here. Why is all this shit broken, dude?
The damage around the house is more severe than a standard burglary, and the officers can't help but wonder if maybe these burglars had a personal vendetta against Gregory's mother, Gail, or his family. As the officers make preparations to take 15-year-old Gregory back to the station so he can be comfortable while they process the home, one of the neighbors approaches them.
I don't want to steal no Ajax and comments and goddamn fabulous. I don't want to steal that. I don't need that. Let me get that 55 off that wall, though.
I talked to his parents. Okay. As I told him, this young man has some depression problems really bad.
Has she had any issues with him lately? Or?
No, not that I know of.
Look, the nosy neighbor done came across the street. He talking about, man, these young men that had some depression problems lately. That's red flag 1. His body language red flag 2. That's actually body language red flag 1. Shit, hold up, wait. Red flag 1 was the way he got on the phone talking about mom and grandma. Then his body language. Then he depressed. That boy, his story is, he is guilty. We don't even need to keep. It's him. It's him.
Processing continues at the house.
Do we
Gregory
agree
is
that
taken
it's
to the
him?
station. Seeking comfort and support, he
Let me know
calls
in the
Ken
comments.
Jones, his sponsor with the Police Explorers, a youth
Really, the
program that
film,
allows
sis?
teens interested in law enforcement to learn the basics and help their local sheriff's office. Ken meets Gregory at the station, and the two sit down for a chat in the following never-before-seen footage. It's been analyzed by a qualified team, including a licensed professional counselor, a licensed attorney, and a former detective, former licensed polygraph examiner, and former hostage negotiation commander and instructor. While Ken helps calm Gregory down, he notices some bruises on Gregory's face.
What happened here?
Mama got back with your ass.
With one of my friends. I didn't see that yesterday. I had makeup on. Right. It was a conversation with my friends. We got into a disagreement, but I solved the problem. I talked it out with him, and we made up, and he apologized for hitting me, and I accepted his apology. What was his name? We hugged it out. My friend, Joe. Joe? Does the SRD know about the fight? The who? No, there was no fight. He just came up. He's like, Greg, and I was like, what? He kind of punched me. He's like, what the hell, dude? I didn't hit back or anything. It was just, and I was like, okay, well, calm down. Let's talk it out. We talked it out. And it was just, what's Joe's last name? I don't know. So he's your friend.
What? Detective, in my office. Now.
Y'all knew what I was gonna say anyway.
Johnson be correct. What's his last name? I don't know his last name. Who does those things? I don't know. Point of the matter is, though, we made up. It was just a conversation that happened. It wasn't anything too important. We talked it out, and we hugged, and it was like, dude, I'm sorry. I made a mistake, and he was justified. And I said, I'm sorry for making.
I'm talking about got with his ass. This whole after school special, that's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying. Y'all, I'm sorry, this is a big case. Oh. No, you didn't try to do no work when we doing work. No, you didn't. You just got off desk duty this morning. You just got off desk duty. One more time, you're going to be on desk duty for the rest of the week. The rest of the week now. Okay. It ain't no recap. This fool guilty. He guilty. He guilty. The fool talking about he came home. Modesty. Let me tell you how this boy played with us. Hold on. I gotta tell you how he played. I'm gonna give you a little quick little recapination. Okay? Okay?
Detective, in my office. Now.
This young man had the audacity to play with us, talking about he came home from school, seen his mama minivan crunk with the music playing outside. He go in the house disheveled, neatly organized to look like it's a robbery. It's broken coffee mugs on the kitchen floor. All the cabinets in the kitchen are opened. The comic in the Ajax is exposed, and all the pots is exposed. They get the police. He called 911 talking about, oh my God. He sounds just like this. Oh my God, my house is totally ransacked and trashed. My mom's nowhere to be found. Her car's running, and I've been here 8 minutes. The police take his little country ass to the jurisdiction. They ask him, they say, hey, little Ramos. His last name Ramos. They say, hey, little Ramos. What happened to your little eye right there, little boy? He talking about he was at the schoolhouse. One of his partners, Joe, called his name. He was like, what's up? Joe shocked him. He talking about, wait a second, let's talk it out. I never hit him back. They say what Joe's name is. Joe Blow, but that's not important. That's what he said. That's your recap. Now, one more. Desk duty. Your ass on it. Okay? I love you, girl. Let's get back to the case.
That mistake. What time this happened yesterday? Ballpark of the afternoon. But I saw you like at what? What time did you get out of the fair? Like out there at 7. Okay. I just seen that you put makeup on it before you came out. Yeah. Why did you do that? Because I didn't plan for traffic detail with scars on my face. I guess that's reasonable.
The longer he chats with Ken, the more Gregory worries about his mother, Gail.
Do you know if any developments have been made, if anything happened? They're going to tell you everything that goes on. But I'm trying to make sure that you are the right one. Because, when you called me, you were very upset. So it's just no bad situation. Okay. Well, she had called me earlier. I could have come down here earlier with you. That's why I wanted to come down here and make sure that you're okay. Look at me for a second. No matter what's happened, it's very important that whatever it is that you're up front and honest. Even remember what Joe's last name is. Mm-hmm. Because that's important. So what we act upon and when you tell us things is what we're going to do. I know. We got to be able to trust you. Mm-hmm.
His sponsor, Detective Jones, is acting like a father figure here, telling him,
ain't no way you getting sponsored by the detective and you trying to, boy, you a jackass, boy. I'm
him
sorry.
to look at him and to be honest. In contrast, Gregory is sitting cross-armed and doesn't appear comfortable. As a 15-year-old kid, he should be panicking and asking about where his mom is, and yet he's oddly calm.
I'm not saying you're not telling the truth. Yeah. I'm just saying for some reason you don't want to tell me Joe's name. And I don't know why. Why wouldn't you want to tell me Joe? I'm not going to go run after Joe and get him in trouble. But that's just you are. That's kind of like a question to make sure that you're going to be honest with.
I do have my full cooperation. It's just I don't want an unrelated incident to be drawn into the more.
Well, we may need to make sure it is unrelated. Maybe we need to make sure that the people didn't come there and hurt you too. Is that possible?
No, it's not.
Okay. All right.
If it was, I would have voiced my concerns already.
Okay. That's fair.
Are y'all
teaming up? We want to make sure that you're okay.
Are y'all teaming up to get me?
They're going to ask you a lot of questions. They're going to be hard questions. It's going to be a lot harder than me asking you what that guy's name is.
Okay. Don't do
that. I don't want you to put up any walls. I want you to just tell them exactly what happened.
I'll answer all their questions. I'm ready.
With Gregory feeling more comfortable, Sergeant Pagliari begins the interview.
A couple things. As you can see, I see and you keep looking in my recorder, so everything that I do obviously is recorded. Okay? Plus you see the camera up in the thing there.
Gregory has read his rights, as is standard procedure. In Florida, there's no requirement for a parent to be present in order to interrogate a minor. However, there is an obligation to notify a parent or legal guardian when a minor is taken into custody, which isn't the same thing as questioning. The general take on the Florida parental notification requirement is that it's good faith, and the inability to make contact with a parent or guardian doesn't put a halt to any questioning. Still, it's important to note that Miranda rights apply to minors in Florida just as they do to adults. Now it's time for Sergeant Pagliari to get some background
The
information on
handshake
Gregory's
sealed his
mother
deal. It's
and some
over with.
recent trouble at school.
How would you say your relationship is with your mom?
It has its ups and downs.
Okay.
I think everyone argues a little bit with their mom.
Oh, his mom looks like she was nice and sweet. She a pretty little thing. Gail Clevenger. Oh, she like her little, ooh, she like a little jalapeno in her drink. Look, his name Ramos. Okay. All right.
We love each other a lot. And
Daddy working out of town, yeah. He say he used to get back
Have you
from
ever
about
been in trouble with the
6:30.
law before?
He's gonna come about 6:30 or something.
no, sir.
No? Okay. How about trouble in school? Yeah? Okay.
Having his sponsor in the room should make him feel much more comfortable and relaxed. Yet Gregory has his arms tightly crossed and his nonverbal communication is not in sync with his verbals, indicating he's feeling anxiety. Given the
Well, y'all ain't
situation,
finna
this
talk
is
about me like that.
understandable. He doesn't know where his mom is and his house has been burglarized. Still, he's very closed off.
And I'm just getting background before we get into things. That's all we're trying to do
I
here.
can't
So,
believe
like,
y'all.
trouble at school, like how?
So I'm trying to think about when it was.
Well, you just said you got punched in the face.
And OSS for that.
What is that, sir? I don't know.
ISS is in-school suspension. OSS is out-of-school suspension.
Okay. Why? What happened?
The weekend beforehand, my friend was feeling ill. So I snuck out of my house to go talk to him. And I talked with him, and my friend smoked cigarettes, and he gave me some to take home with me. I put some in my backpack, and I forgot to take them out. So when I was searched randomly at my school, they were found.
And how'd your mom feel about that?
She was not happy.
Boy, you always got an excuse to blame your friends.
Okay. You talk about ups and downs in your mom's relationship, right? So that would probably be one of the downs, I would assume.
No, because she was justified in her anger. That was my fault.
Don't blame my glasses, man. I had
my
to
mom
be
has
focused when I had to call y'all in the office.
things
Y'all
that were not
remember me,
justified.
like
You
when
want to
we
tell
out
me
here
about those?
on the work floor, y'all don't even
I
respect
really
me.
need
So when
to
I
know
put them glasses on, it's
It
respect.
was just impulse.
Yeah, y'all be respecting me then.
Anything serious.
Gregory is making an attempt to not only be perceived as a good person by making himself look like someone who would admit it when he did something wrong, but also to control the interview when he adds, all you really need to know, given the fact that he's only 15. This is all very bold.
Okay. I'm not here to get your mom in trouble, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. All right. So if you think that what you're going to tell me is going to negatively affect what I think about your mother, that's not it at all.
It's just hard for me to talk about.
Okay.
Now that he understands Gregory a bit better, it's time for Pagliari to start creating a timeline from the day before the burglary.
Who stayed at your house last night?
Who was at my house last night?
Yeah.
Gregory repeats the question before answering, which gives him a pause to think about what exactly he wants to say. The reason this is a red flag is because the question is simple and straightforward, and not a complex question that requires a lot of
Jimmy,
thought.
Ricky, Bobby,
and my
Mike.
Okay. All right. Now, Detective Jones was talking to you, and I was, again, listening. You were at
my
fair or something yesterday?
Prescription.
Yesterday, I was working parking detail for the Orange City Police Explorers. I was helping park cars at the Volusia County Fair.
Do you know what time you came home last night?
8:47, maybe?
I can't wait to HR.
Why so specific?
That's just a time I remember, probably from looking at my phone. The thing with the traffic detail ended early.
He guilty.
I was supposed to go until 9. But it ended a bit early. And so I got home around just closer to 9.
He guilty. He guilty as a fool.
Mom was home?
Yeah.
Okay. And you guys, when you got home, conversation with mom, ask how your day was, anything?
Yeah.
How'd that go?
Good.
Okay.
We talked, we ate dinner.
What'd you guys have for dinner?
I don't remember.
You don't remember what you had?
No.
It must not have been very eventful.
No, it was just like a regular night.
There's a slight upward inflection when
modesty. You know what it is.
Detective, in my office. Now.
I have asked numerous times for you to take me serious as the captain. Now, we are in the middle of a serious case. Yes, we have figured the kid is guilty, but you continue to question my ability to lead. Therefore, if you make one more infraction, you will have desk duty for the remainder of the week. Okay? Do I make myself clear? Huh? Okay. Thank you. Back to this case.
And then I got in the car.
So what time do you think you got to school?
Honestly, I have no idea.
Can't look at your phone?
It's probably in the ballpark of like 6:40.
Okay.
It's certainly interesting that a few minutes ago, Gregory could remember the exact minute he got home, but now he honestly has no clue what time he got to school.
Talk to anybody when you got there? Hey, what's up? You got friends at school?
Yes.
Who'd you talk to? First person you saw at school was who?
First person I saw.
Mm-hmm.
For a brief moment, Gregory unblocks by lowering his arms and leaning forward.
Welcome,
he then brings his hands together before closing back off. Something about this line of questioning made him a bit uncomfortable. But why?
Probably my friend Kat.
Kat?
Yeah.
Boy or girl?
Female.
You got a last name?
No.
Who's your friend? You don't know her last name?
I'm gonna keep it real with you. I don't really got that many friends. I'm not like a
come on, bro. You just said you had a friend that punched you in your eye. You just said you had a friend that gave you cigarettes. You just said you had a friend at your house that y'all were playing video games. Brother. Come on. I thought you said you don't have friends. Your friend Joe just said, hey, Greg. He's like, what's up, Joe? Like friends. Like, nah. You just said you had friends. Make your mind.
I have a lot of acquaintances that I have, like, that I've either A, had a class with in the past, or
so y'all doing that
B,
right
have class with now, or
okay, HR gonna be here tomorrow.
From elsewhere.
I want y'all to be that same energy.
Yeah.
Okay.
HR in this
No worries, man. No worries. Straight up. I get that.
Y'all disrespect.
What's your first period class, buddy?
Biology.
Who's that teacher?
Mr. Ostowski.
Biology. Biology. What building is that? Room? Building and everything else, you know?
Building 3.
Mm-hmm.
403.
403 is the room?
Well, building 3, floor 3.
Oh, floor 3.
I don't know the room number.
You want to take a stab at spelling the last name of that teacher?
Latsy, or maybe W, and ski, I guess. Like
man,
that.
Woman?
He's a guy.
Guy. Okay. You like him?
He's
good
alright.
Teacher?
I have a D in his class.
You have a D?
Yeah.
How's Mom feel about that?
We had an argument about it last night.
Oh. How about that?
Talked to
Mom was on your hand about him. Sorry, great. Okay, I like Gail.
about it. Basically, she's like, I can't be doing this. And I was like, well,
YC?
I got all these to be last quarter. I can pull my grade
YC.
up before the end of the semester. And she was like, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Don't act so cocky. I'm like, I'm not. I just know I'm capable of doing things like that.
Sergeant Pagliari has honed his skills when it comes to reading behavior, and he's picking up on some strange behavior from Gregory.
One thing you said you'd like you want to be a detective someday, and
you a lie. You don't want to be no damn detective killing folk. Hey, girl, these sinuses was whipping my head this weekend. Booby saw me in the Dollar Tree. I would need my vapor stick. Ooh, saw you going through that. Them Georgia allergies be whipping. We the allergy capital of the world, Georgia. Why? How? Wow, we just got a yellow pollen cloud of just growing. Everybody sneezing and doing crazy. Stay out that outside, girl. Get in the house. Go on in the house, Muffin. I don't need you out there. She'll be sneezing and stuff too. Take her in the house with you.
In my personal experience, when people start a story and then they go into the blah 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 part, that there's more to the blah blah blah.
To the blah blah blah.
If you will, Greg, tell me what the blah blah blah.
Did this man really say blah 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 in an interview, bro? Like blah blah blah.
Just kind of like whatever. Yeah,
I knew she was coming with this.
Don't be so cocky.
Using the word basically tends to indicate that someone is leaving something out. This, combined with Gregory's nonverbal behaviors such as self-soothing head rubbing, scratching, possible eye blocking, and his one hand tightly across his stomach in a protective and guarded posture, all seem to indicate that he's feeling a lot of anxiety.
I was like, well, I'm not cocky. I'm capable. I feel like I have the skills because I've done it before to fix my grades in a short amount of time.
So
it's on the inside. I probably could fix them by Friday and stuff. And just talking with her about that. And she was like, all right, whatever, go study your biology. And I was like, all right. So I studied my biology for about an hour. And then I went to her room and she was on the phone with Dad. I said, hi, Dad. And then they hung up and then I said a prayer with her for a good night. And that hour, whatever, for a million hours, for Grandma, for Uncle Joe, and stuff like that.
When people say and then or jump to parts of their...
I'm gonna put y'all and me and the modesty to business. She be in there goddamn trying to fight her kid for that. Get it back to me. It's mine. She live by that boom boom stick, man. Modesty, go ahead and tell them what it is.
Story by saying and repeated a few times in a row, it tends to mean that they're going through events like their bullet points, and they're usually leaving something out between the ands.
I was like, I probably could fix them by Friday. And so I studied my biology for about an hour. And then I went to her room and she was on the phone with Dad. I said, hi, Dad. And then they hung up and then I said a prayer with her for a good night. And
you said a prayer.
That hour, whenever, for a million hours, for Grandma, Uncle Joe, and stuff like that.
Pay close attention to the moments when Gregory says and then as the questioning continues.
And then I kissed her and I went to sleep. Okay. And that was around, I went to sleep around 11. That is when I woke up late.
Okay. When was the first time somebody called you about, or did anyone call you about your mother not being at work or anything like that?
I received no communication from anyone about that.
Okay.
With Gregory's school day seeming as normal as can be, the sergeant inquires about what he found when he got home that afternoon. Gregory gives some indication that he's feeling anxiety around the questions of what happened when he got home by fidgeting with his fingers, making anchor point shifts, and doing some self-soothing rubbing on his arm. It's important to note that an innocent person might also experience anxiety with these questions, as coming home to such a house after a robbery would be traumatic. However, it's still going to be noted by the detective.
That was not a robbery,
How long
bro.
did you say it takes you to get from the bus stop to your house?
10 to 15 minutes.
Oh,
you weren't running or anything today, were you?
No.
Okay.
Muff. I forgot. Okay. He came home. He said he seen his mama car running outside. He came in the house. The house was ransacked, but it wasn't really ransacked. They had pushed some stuff around, put some clothes on the bed, opened the cabinets in the kitchen underneath the sink. You know, all the Comic and Ajax and Fabuloso and Bleach be, you know what I'm saying? I clean the supplies down there. Ain't nobody got nothing down there. He talking about he came in, he was in the house for about 8 minutes. He couldn't find his mama. And he was in the house for about 8 minutes, and then he decided to call the police. And then when the police came up on the body cam, he like, Mom and Grandma, have you heard from Mom? It was just fake, and this is what we get. You ain't really missed nothing. We hit him with the cuffs on the first 10 seconds. No cap. He was in there. He just didn't match up.
Gregory makes even more anchor point movement shifts as this line of questioning starts, moving his leg up into a barrier position and engaging in some self-soothing as well.
Front door was locked. You used the key. Mom's car was in the driveway?
Correct.
And you told Detective Jones it was running?
It was running.
Proud Boy Scout.
Is that odd?
Yes.
Is it odd the fact that your mom's car is even there?
Yes.
Why?
Because she parks at the Sunrail station, and then she takes her bike on the Sunrail to go to her job.
How does Mom usually get home?
6:30.
Car's in the driveway and it's running. That's weird. Car's there at all. It's weird. You agree?
Yes.
So now you used the key and you opened the door. What did you do? What's the first thing you do when you went inside?
Nah, for real.
I noticed that there was all over the floor, like just a bunch of like crap that was strewn everywhere, and the closet doors were.
See, we ain't had no fine bus drivers back then. We had all of them. Lady that went to my church with my mama, and they always felt the need that they could whip me. Like, then you gonna tell Jenny that Jenny gonna whip me too? Like, damn.
Open, and there was stuff spilled on my table.
I ain't never had no. I had like 2 fine teachers in my whole life.
Spilled on the
I
table.
ain't never
Where?
had no fine bus drivers. Now these kids get all the fine bus drivers,
What
fine
room's the
teachers,
table?
everything.
Oh, it's my house. You go to the front door, and there's this hallway. My room is this way, and then there's our dining room table right here.
Okay. Gotcha.
And the next thing I
Man,
did was
DYC be
in my
going
room,
crazy. For real.
I noticed that there were things missing, and that there was
Look at this house,
dressers
Mo.
and
Do that look like a
crap,
robbery to you?
all that crap
Come on.
just pulled out
Be
and
serious.
strewn everywhere.
What's missing from your room?
Mainly, I
Robbery.
didn't really look thoroughly for like everything that was missing from my room, but I noticed 3 things in particular.
What are those?
My stereo system.
Describe what they are. So 3 things. Stereo system. What's that?
It's like a radio with 2 large speakers, and it lights up LED blue.
Do you know who makes it?
Zero Clue.
Zero Clue is pretty popular.
Yeah, I know.
What's the other thing that you're missing?
My gaming computer.
Like, is it describe it to me?
It is white. It has a glass side, and inside
I'm
you can
talking
see the
about
wires and the graphics cards and all that
slap
stuff
out.
inside, and it glows LED blue.
Slap
So
out.
it's like
And
a
that she was
tower,
one of
not
my
a
bus
laptop?
drivers. And she was the
It
one I
is,
said
yeah.
that felt like she could whip me and tell my mom.
Big boy.
Attach it to a monitor. That's how you play.
Yeah. I paid for it for all my own,
I
with
love
all
this
my own
age,
money
though.
from summer jobs and stuff.
Once you're pretty pissed off, that's gone.
Yes.
I'd be pissed off. You spent all your money that you earned to buy this computer tower, now it's gone.
Well, I'm more pissed off
She
than my
was
mom.
real, for sure.
Rightfully so. Get that.
This is an interesting moment. It appears that Gregory doesn't want to show anger about his missing things, so he deflects it back to his missing mom to appear like the appropriately concerned teenager, but it all seems a little forced.
What's the 3rd thing?
I noticed I have a 25. I forget the weight on it, but it's a hunting legal combat bow.
It's compact
bow. Give me a minute.
That boy done shot his mama with a bow and arrow. This little nigga think he Robin Hood. This YT think he Robin Hood.
Yeah, thanks for phone call for actually needs to talk to me. You can talk to Detective Jones.
While Sergeant Pagliari steps out of the room to make some calls, Gregory chats with Detective Jones.
When do you think my house will not be a crime scene? I don't know. Sometimes it takes hours. Sometimes it takes almost a day and a half. I know you've worked cases like this before.
She did not play no
It takes a
games.
while sometimes. And the more information you can give them, the better
She
off
did not
they'll
play.
be.
You get on her bus,
They
it's her
know
bus.
what to do, where to go. I made a lot of bad
It's her
decisions
bus.
in my life.
I don't care what your mama raised you to do.
With
When you get on
regards to other things. Yeah. And it's just,
His answer here immediately grabs Detective Jones's attention, and he moves into the confession position.
Nah, for real.
Gregory must have noticed because he quickly clarified
good people.
with regards to other things, but it makes you wonder what exactly is his sponsor thinking in this moment.
now, my mom's gone. Like, she's dead. Like, I don't make that reconcile with myself. Well, why would you think that's the case?
But that was the fakest cry in the morning time.
Why would a home invade or take hostage? Somebody knows. I hope my mom's okay. Yeah, I do too, Greg. I can't imagine what it'd be like. Love you, Mom, don't you? After you guys had your argument with her last night, if she was here right now, what would you say to her? I would just feel like such a dick after every argument we have. It just makes me angry because we don't understand each other because we're different people.
His mama was very pretty.
But
she spoiled his ass and daddy out of town working. He trapped out. They on the phone together.
Yeah.
Mom and daddy on the phone. They on the phone the whole time.
You feel guilty about the fight?
Real nice background. The bitch was spoiled. He had a gaming computer. Them bitches called about 5 racks basic. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, spoil hell. I remember we came on. I said, that house nice. YC, he a real YC. YC.
Where is she? Why is she gone? I don't get it. Don't give up hope.
Gregory makes a big mistake here. He slips up saying,
I hope she's safe.
He may have just given away not only what happened to his mom, but that he may know more about it than he's letting on. To cover, he starts to cry. But if you're wondering if he's actually upset, notice that he gets distracted and has to brush his hair out of his face. After the detective helps Gregory calm down, Pagliari comes back into the room with more questions, hoping to get any information from Gregory that might help them find his mother.
So you were talking about going through the house. You went down, took some inventory.
Well, after I went downstairs looking for my mom and didn't find her, I went back upstairs and I decided I needed to check on my dog.
He's so eager to continue his story that he actually interrupts the detective.
Going through the house, you went down, took some inventory.
Well, after I went downstairs,
He seems pressured to go through what he did when he got home and to explain everything. This is really interesting because an innocent person shouldn't feel the need to explain things. It simply is what it is.
If the house was broken into, robbed, I thought there was a good chance.
Y'all having a good time, ain't it?
But
well, smash the like button. Hold on. Nah, I can't just come pull y'all to the side on this one. We gotta go to the office. Hey.
Detective, in my office. Now.
If I got to tell y'all one more time about not clocking in, and you wonder why we have so many HR problems. Clock in. Thank you, Sister Modesty. Detective Modesty has got, look, you on my good side again. Look at, see, I knew it. That's why you are a lead detective in this agency. Let's get back to the case, man.
That much, but I didn't know if they were going to do that or if, like, whatever. I didn't know what was going to happen. So I walked into the laundry room and I saw everything was like displaced, right? But my dog was fine. And that's when I noticed the door. The door.
Thank you, sis, for clocking in.
Stand up and show you.
You want to stand up and show me? Okay.
So, let's say this is the knob for the door, and there was a deadbolt here. The deadbolt was unlocked, right? And this was locked. But this entire wooden area on this frame was looked like it had been busted open.
Like I can't wait till y'all talk to HR tomorrow.
So powerful that it had literally broken the wood. I recognized that as someone kicking in the door.
It's odd that Gregory thinks this is something he needs to demonstrate.
He's telling on himself and don't even know.
It's more likely that he feels the need to burn off nervous energy.
Why do you think that?
Because either that or they somehow forced the door open, but it had to be a strong enough force to break this, like...
HR gonna be here. I'm gonna be able to speak with HR, man.
Break a lock, basically. It has to be strong enough to do that.
Sure. So, did you think that...
Yeah.
The force and everything you're talking about here is just because of that, based off your explorer training?
Common sense.
Common sense?
I'm just assuming, just thinking out loud, like, you have to be able to be, like, either strong enough or there needs to be, like, a certain amount of force.
Boy, you kicked it up.
For the wood, like, a door frame to, like, basically, like, crack and, like, make the lock give out.
Sure.
As Gregory draws out a layout of his home for Sergeant Pagliari, he mentions something odd that he noticed in his mother's room.
I went to the master bedroom, and it was just really bad. It was terrible in there. And one thing I noticed was that the bed was at an angle.
What's it supposed to be?
It's supposed to be straight on.
Okay.
Now, there's a dresser here. There's a dresser here. There's a couple bookshelves, and there's a...
When they get you the drop,
and then there's a dresser here.
You dead meat.
And then...
you dead meat.
But
boy.
That bed was out of place. That's one of the major things I noticed was that the bed was out of place.
There's been a shift in how Gregory answers these questions, and he's much more...
Y'all, many years I had to... I don't like sleeping with beds with no headboard. I don't like that.
We're open to talking about things that have nothing to do with his mother.
So after I surveyed the house and looked for my mom,
I had a frame.
I called the cops.
I don't like that no more.
I'm pretty sure you know the rest of the story.
Yeah. Did you see...
Put a towel up on the brick wall.
There's one thing I want to ask you about. You said you came home from school and you wore different clothes to school. So you went through the whole house. You did all this surveying and everything. At what point did you think it was pertinent to change your clothes?
All right, let me tell you. So I was sweating my ass off, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shut up, dude. Shut up, dude. Shut up, dude. Shut up, fool. You talking about you done went through the house looking for your mama. You changed your clothes because you was sweating. Where happened? But y'all, this is one of the most open and shut case. Yeah, me neither. I need my mirror head boy. When I had my mirror head boy coming up in high school with the black light jump.
It was really hot, and
instead of just answering the question directly, he goes into a long story to explain his actions, which is another sign that he feels nervous about what he's saying.
I told my family, I think I told you this, but I got in the house and I felt sick. I couldn't find my mom. I was freaking out. I was not in a good place. And so I went to my bathroom and I threw up in the toilet.
Mm-hmm.
And I then proceeded to flush the throw up down. And then I took off my school shirt and then I changed it to a different shirt. I didn't know if there was any throw up on it or not, but I was feeling hot and sweaty and I needed to change the color.
Where's the shirt at now?
It's in my hamper.
Where's that?
In my room.
Okay.
Sergeant Pagliari clarifies one final detail before diving into Gregory's story. If things
I was a wild man. It's a lot of dudes that should think. Come on. I'm gonna just pull y'all to the side. It's a lot of fellas down there in my hometown should be like, but what up, bud? Appreciate what you did, bro. Look at that moth. Moth just landed on me. It's like, boy, you talking that shit this morning. Let's go. I gotta let the
seem
little
a
moth
little
out. I don't
odd
want to
so
kill him.
far, then get ready, because this is where things start to get even stranger.
Detective Jones was talking about the marks to your face, and I want to talk about that a little bit more. Right.
All right.
When did that happen?
Can I ask what relevance this has to the conversation?
Everything is relevant, Greg.
Asking about the relevance is the kind of thing you could expect to hear from an experienced criminal as a deflection, or from a savvy adult with a lawyer, perhaps. But this is unexpected awareness on the part of a young, seemingly not criminally involved teen. He sounds like a defense lawyer here.
I zapped one yesterday. Your mama looking like fried them up. So I can't use it around your mama now. She be tripping.
Not a kid. It also shows that he may be fishing to see what information they have.
Now they're going to say, hey, listen, Greg's mother's missing. Greg has marks on his face. Is it possible that Greg got in some kind of altercation with his mother? Right? They're going to ask me that.
Yeah.
Okay. So now I need to explain when you got those marks on your face.
All right.
Good. When?
Yesterday.
Yesterday? What time?
After school.
Where at?
Student parking lot.
Okay. Who did it?
My friend Joe.
What's his last name?
It starts with an L.
You have a class with him?
No. He's older than me, but he's
what?
He's older than me?
Older than you. Okay. Joe L. Older. White male, black male, Hispanic male.
White.
Okay. What grade do you think Joe L. is in?
He's a junior.
How long have you known him?
Year and a half.
Okay.
Not gonna explain the situation to you because it probably looks like I got my ass beat.
Well, go ahead, please. Tell me what happened.
All right. So at homecoming, Joe's ex-girlfriend was attempting to grind on me. I don't know if you know what that is.
Tell me what it is.
It's like when you have well, I was hanging out with my friend, my other friends, right? And they're getting grinded on, right? But I don't have a girlfriend, and I'm kind of more focused on other things, and I don't have time for that. And so his ex-girlfriend, Joe's ex-girlfriend, comes to grind on me, and I'm like, I don't really want to do that. And she's like, come on, it'll be fun. And so she did it, and I kind of let her because I wanted to fit in, I guess. But Joe found out, so he came up to me, and then he slapped me and he punched me. And he goes, dude, what the hell? Why would you do that? And we talked to that. And basically explained to him that I was at fault. I shouldn't have done that. I value you more than those other people. You know, I value what we have, and I wouldn't want to end that. And I want you to understand that I'm sorry, and that I really want to continue being friends with you. And he was like, you know, it was kind of a dick move for me to come up and hit you without any preface. So I'm sorry that I did that. Then we hugged, and I said, see you tomorrow. And that was it.
Was there anybody else there that saw this?
No. Not that I know of.
Not that I know of is a selective memory statement, but Gregory's entire story is full of red flags, starting with the neck rubbing. It's not particularly believable that most teen boys would get in a fight like that and make up that quickly, never mind hug and not even know each other's last names. Either Gregory actually has no clue how normal interactions work, or he thinks the officers are that naive and dumb that they will believe this story.
So you were just in the parking lot. Like, were you walking? Were you hanging out? I mean, how did this... Tell me about how he...
I was hanging out with my friends.
So you were there in the parking lot with other people?
Yeah.
Okay, well, can you name somebody with a first and last name?
Brian Torres.
Brian Torres?
Torres.
Spell it for me, bud. Give it a go.
P-O-R-E-Z.
P-O-R-E-Z? So...
Torres, yeah.
Okay. What grade is he in?
He's a senior.
Is he in a class with you?
No. But yeah, no. He saw it all go down.
So Brian Torres saw Joe L. punch you in the face.
Yeah.
In the student parking lot yesterday at University High School.
Yes.
Okay.
Gregory's story is now out in the open, but there are a few issues with it. While Sergeant Pagliari has been speaking with Gregory, another investigator has been verifying information with Gregory's school, and things just aren't lining up.
That's 100%.
That's everything?
No, that's it. I mean, you're telling me that what you're telling me is the truth.
Yeah.
Okay. You're in school all day.
Yep, I have no reason to lie to you.
Should I believe everything that you told me today, Greg?
I mean, it's up to you.
Well, here's the thing, okay? Do you think that I'm not going to go or have some of my detectives go and run down your story and verify all these places you were at?
Yeah.
An honest person is much more likely to just say yes or ask why wouldn't you instead of a more confrontational answer like it's up to you.
And when I do that, what are they going to tell me?
That they're going to tell you it's truthful.
That you were in, you went to every class today.
I was late to 7th period and I was in the auditorium 6th period. I don't think I mentioned that, but.
Okay. So you didn't check yourself out of school today at 1:10?
No, why?
So the school's wrong.
What do you mean?
So if the school tells me that Greg checked himself out of school today at 1:10 p.m., that's wrong.
Yeah, because I was there all day.
Okay. So if Mr. Dye tells me you weren't in school today in his class, he's wrong.
No.
No, he's not wrong.
But I didn't leave the school.
So you lied to me.
Oh, I didn't leave the school. You asked if I left the school. I said no.
You lied to me. Period. I don't give a damn what it's about. You lied to me.
Yeah.
What happened?
Gregory seems to freeze a bit here.
I stopped talking because we have a lot to go on the case, so I stopped talking. We might make this 2-part, and I got my mama and my grandson and my niece. They off. They going to get some breakfast, so I had to buckle them in too. So hey, we doing our thing.
He's trying to decide what his next story is going to look like. The detective just confronted him, and now he's entered the deconflicting stage of the liar's loop for this part of his lie. He now has to make his story fit into what the detective already knows. As well, the detective is doing a good job of slowly entering the confrontation stage of the Reed technique, bringing up piece by piece to see how Gregory responds. He's also sitting in the same position as Gregory. This kind of mirroring is meant to improve rapport and connection, even while confronting him.
Well, as you know, I have a D in biology. I fell asleep in his class. And so I needed to get shit done.
How
you know? Go in that grind.
How you know I was gonna do that?
So I skipped into the
Booby, how did you know I was gonna do that? So y'all know my MO now.
auditorium
Huh?
6th
Y'all
and
ain't
7th
nothing,
period,
man.
and I sat down and I took that time and I did my bio homework and the stuff I need to do for bio because I'm missing a frick ton of assignments.
Y'all going
I think I'm missing in total. I'm missing 6.
We ain't gonna never get out of our HR complaints because y'all kind of detectives. Look,
So why would the school say you checked yourself out at
everybody got a
110?
complaint.
Because I would show up absent for both of those classes. You can't check yourself out.
It's hard to tell if Gregory is being genuine, but if he's willing to lie about something like this, then what else could he be lying about?
Why'd you lie to me about stupid as biology?
Because I don't want you to have a bad opinion of me. Because I want you to understand I've done a lot of wrong things in my life. And I acknowledge that. I don't make the best decisions. But if something serious as this, or my mom is missing,
Clever.
I need you to, not have a bad opinion of me.
My opinion of you, Greg, is whatever you tell me. My job is not here to make judgments, good, bad, or indifferent. My job is to get as much as I can from you to help find your mother. Now, when you lie to me, even if it's a little bit, yeah, you lose some credibility. And you can get all upset and cry about it. That's just the way that it goes.
No, I get it.
You hear what I'm saying?
No, I hear what you're saying.
And then I get these things about, well, who's the guy that drove you? I don't know. Brian something.
Well, I didn't lie to you.
Brian, Joe,
figure out his name,
Ricky, and Bobby.
These things that you tell me, Greg, especially when you're not in school. Can anybody verify?
Can we all agree that only thing that Greg needed in his life was an ass whipping? A good old like when you had to call the uncle. When you had to call the uncle for little Gregory is over here cutting up and his daddy is out of town. You got to call uncle with him. And uncle ain't he don't want to do it, but he gonna do it to you the right way. Straight to your butt with a hand or a belt. Maybe a switch, but ain't all up your back. Like a real disciplined, I'm doing this because you need it, not because I'm mad at you, type whipping. That's all he needed. He needed a ass whipping. He needed one of them ones that my mama gave me when she sat on my hand with a paddle. Wow. Got tired, took a break. Whew, Lord, my arm tight. Yeah, one of them. That's what she needed. Straight up.
Where were you when you did your biology homework?
In the auditorium.
So I want to see you on camera in the auditorium doing your biology
for real.
homework.
He ain't even playing like, but that boy lying.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. So if I don't see that and I call you a liar again, am I right to do that?
Yeah. That's what you will see, so I'm not really worried about it.
I wouldn't want to speak about anything, but where's my mom
if I were to hypothetically just say, or just to say,
I need a belt emoji. Yeah,
if I were to say that you went home last night, got in an argument with your mom for whatever reason, I guess it was the biology thing, right? Because I know she told your dad. That you guys got an argument about it. If I were to say that you went to school and then you came home, somehow you got home. I'm not sure how you got home, but you checked yourself out. Now again, give me some credit here. You checked yourself out, or you left school. Checking out. You just left. Somehow you got home. You get home, something happens to your mom, or you and your mom got in your hands on, you did something to your mom. Wouldn't that be far-fetched?
Oh, Muff, don't tell my mom.
What do you mean?
You killed your mom.
See, when we get to talking real, now we ain't gonna do that.
Why would you think I would do that?
Following this accusation, Gregory freezes.
I think this is the time that we need to have a discussion.
Detective, in my office, now.
Our parents were young and trying their best. They made mistakes, and we're going to learn and grow. Thank you. I love you all. Thank you.
And pauses for a long time. Right now, he's been pretending that she's just missing, so this is a big jump, but Gregory's response is very suspicious. He doesn't show any anger or indignation as you would expect from an innocent person being accused. He just flipped it and asked the detective a question. He didn't even deny it. He just deflected.
You tell me. You guys have ups and downs. You got marks on your face. You told me Joel is the one that punched you in the face.
Not Joel!
Before you didn't
Not
say
Joel. Is he talking about Joel from Brunswick? He talking about Joel from round up Midtown. Joel punch you in your face. Damn. Oh, you talking about Joel from Sterling? He punch it? Man, damn, little bro. I thought his name was Joe. Now his name Joel. God damn, boy, that boy done turned him up.
I did ask. I said, who was there? I don't know. Oh, maybe my friend was there. Your credibility with me, Greg, sometimes is up and down. So again, when I ask you, would it be far-fetched if you came home today and killed your mother?
Yeah.
You did kill your mother?
No.
Would it be far-fetched?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I would never do something like that.
But she sent you. I know she sent you.
This is the first big confrontation when Pagliari states, "You killed your mom." He then attempts to build a theme that she's been hitting Gregory, offering him some kind of justification. But as the accusations against him become more and more severe, Gregory seems to realize that the only way to protect his innocence is to make some tragic and startling revelations.
Have you ever been assaulted?
No. Have you?
Yes.
Okay.
I have. I was assaulted. I reported it to the police. They did nothing.
Okay.
Yes,
So,
I seen that.
The only person that was
but
really
that boy
there for
back
me
before he was
were
delivered, he
my
was knock on your head or two.
My mom was the one who helped me through that dark time in my life. I felt I attempted to more than once, more than 3 times. She never put me in all facts. She never called the cops. She never did any of that. She
We all broken adults trying to mend ourselves back together. Stop that.
helped me through that time in my life where I was in a bad place, and she saved me from myself. I love my mom more than anything. And
boy, that was the worst. Boy,
we have our ups and downs and we have our problems, but
I ain't believe you love your mama saying that.
I love her.
The timing of his story is questionable. He seems to be trying to deflect from the accusation that he killed his mother and put himself into a victim role in the eyes of the detective. It's a fairly common tactic for narcissistic individuals to use threats or actions like this to manipulate others. He also makes really intense eye contact while leaning forward and seems to be trying to read if he believes his story. This position is similar to the confession position, but the officers don't have him to that point yet. He's just trying to manipulate them into believing him.
And I was explaining to Detective Jones earlier, I had gotten into an argument with my mom maybe a year ago. And she sat me across the room and she said, I'm scared of you. And I said, why?
That's what we're going to call it.
She's like, what if you lay your hands on me? And I said, I would never do that because I would never do that.
Absolutely.
That's not something I would do. That's something I would ever do. I would never lay my hands on my mother. She's done too much for me.
Nah, you hit her upside the head with a weight. 25 pounds.
Weight that you said
was missing.
You're a detective, right?
I picked that up.
Okay. So, do you want to know what happened today?
Yes.
Do you want to
remember that one? Left a mark in your memory on that one.
Yeah, so you want to find my mom.
I want to know what happened to your mom.
I want to know what happened to my mom as well. And I don't think she's dead. Whatever. I try to think positively, but it's whatever.
They really were like, they really were young. Our parents taught us what survival was, because that's what they were taught to do, survive. And if you were soft and you couldn't survive, I used to be so mad, like, damn, but I used to get my ass tore up, and I earned them. But god damn, a couple of them ones when the teacher wasn't really goddamn like treating me right, y'all ain't find out till I done got 50 of them. You know what I'm saying? But they was young. My mama parents were gone, and she was 25 years old, 24 years old. Everybody. She was the support. She turned into the support for everything. Hell yeah. And then she got a son that's out here. His mouth don't stop moving, and he got a word for word. Yeah, shit, yeah. But our parents were young, man. They was trying to do the best that they really could in teaching us on how to survive in the world. Now it was our jobs to spread love. We ain't got to keep teaching our kids how to survive, but you got to implement some of the survival tactics, but more love than survival. So yeah, we can tear up our parents because this. I told you I talked to my daddy yesterday, and this is for me. We can tear up our parents, and we can continue to do that, or we can decide to be the curse breakers and show our kids love and show something different because our parents did what they thought was right with the tools that they had at that moment. And no, it wasn't right all the time, but they did what they thought was right. And you do what you think is right with your kids now. So we really, you know what I'm saying? I just got to the point. It's like I gotta, yeah. They human. They were flawed. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy that we talked about this because I was just talking to Modesty about this yesterday. Like I had that conversation. I wasn't even gonna bring it up, but we having this conversation in the comments. So I just wanted to say that, man. I'm still working that shit out too with bro and my emotion and everything. But I was able to speak and say this is what I'm saying to y'all. And me and my mama have conversations. See, that's so crazy. I could talk to my mama about stuff coming up that I didn't like that she, may have did on survival. And she'll be like, yeah, well, this is woo. She won't make no excuse. But you were bad. Whoop, the whoop, the whoop, whoop. She don't do that. She just be like, yeah, that's how I was right. That's how I was raised. That's how I brought up. And you know what I'm saying? I understand that because she takes the accountability for me. But that nigga, well, your mom. But stop blaming everybody, boy. Stop blaming everybody. Man, see, let's get back to this case, man. Let's get back to this case.
The point of the matter is, like I've said before in our previous conversation.
Like I said before, is a reference statement and saves him from having to repeat a lie again.
I've made some mistakes in my life, and I regret them.
Modesty do be trolling on my baby, man. She be trolling, bro. Because she be laughing. She be, You're a troll. You're a troll, Modesty.
Now, I'm going to voice my mistakes to you. So you can understand what happened. I don't know what happened to my mom.
Abuse to him. That's what I said.
The first thing I want to get out. I don't know what happened to my mom. But I do know where I was. I know how everything conspired. And I know that I lied to you a lot because I wanted to protect my own name. But I realize now that after you asked me whether I killed my mom or not, I realized that there's something more important than just me, and that's my family. And in order to help my family and get them the answer that they want.
Gregory is really trying to position himself as a good person by repeating how much he cares about his mom, family, and how great of a kid he is. A truly innocent person would likely not need to repeat this to convince anyone, as it would be obvious.
It's just they deserve. I need to be completely honest with you. And so, that's what I'm going to do. So, flip the page and I'll tell you what happened.
It's clear that he's used to being in charge and telling adults what to do, as it's very bold for a 15-year-old to tell a detective what to do, such as flip the page. As Gregory begins to spill the beans on the events leading up to the incident, his story sounds similar at first, with him getting a ride home from the police explorers the previous night and getting into a fight with his mother over his grades. However, things took a shocking turn after Gregory supposedly went to bed
I love
that
y'all
night.
for real.
Around 11 o'clock on Thursday.
This session, hey, real talk, this session could have been a whole water cooler. We could have just been water cooling. Y'all could have popped up and, you know what I'm saying? I would have pulled you up on the screen. We could have just had a real life conversation. Anytime y'all need a water cooler moment, just hit me up. Yeah, water cooler. It's a family agency. The evidence don't matter what you do.
I didn't really go to sleep. I just kind of went to my room and turned off the lights. I'm not allowed to have my phone in my room due to something we'll discuss soon. So I go at 11. No, what 11? I waited until 12:30 until I went to my mom's room and got my phone.
As he launches into this story, Gregory includes a ton of unnecessary details to try to appear honest. This type of embellishment is an attempt to bury the story in the details. It's also interesting because it can help manage the anxiety of being dishonest by including all these tidbits of over-honesty in the story. With this many details, it's almost like he's attempting to derail the conversation away from finding his mom by going into so many tangents.
I then proceeded to call my friends to come pick me up, and I snuck out of my window, and I got picked up by my friends. I then went to...
Oh, so Brian was real. But the bitch just said, but the man just said he didn't have no friends. I know I clearly heard that. Y'all heard that too, didn't you? Y'all heard that too, didn't you? This little YC, he hell, man. YC.
We drove around town, first off. We did that for about an hour.
After you done smack mama.
Just before he launches into this story, he shifts away from everyone, back into the side away from his sponsor. It seems like he doesn't want to be a part of this conversation anymore.
In that hour or two, I smoked a lot of cigarettes, drank a lot of alcohol.
I thought you said you got caught with the cigarettes, but your story is not blending together, brother. I had to pull y'all to the side on this one. Because it's not making sense, bro. Bro just talking out his butt now, bro. Like, for real, like, you really think, like, you think we gonna go for that little goddamn Hector Gregory? Little Gregory. You think we gonna go for that, bro? Come on, bro. Chill out.
You don't want to. But, so whatever, alright? It's now 1:30, I believe. And I'm back. And we go to where me and my friends we're in the car. And I have to understand, while my friends did come, quote unquote, pick me up, I was the one driving. And I wasn't, and while I had some drinks, I wasn't drunk. I wasn't drunk driving. Like, I was fully lucid and conscious. So I was driving my mom's minivan. And we drove to...
How you was driving your mom's minivan and they came and picked you up in your mom's minivan? So that means your mom was already dead.
And so me and my friends smoked a bit there. We were there. I popped an LSD tab. So did my other friends. Just kind of chilled there. And we would go back and forth between my house to get more money to go to 7-Eleven or other places and get food or drinks or snacks in general. So we traveled a lot between this fire pit and my house, in which case afterwards, and then it was like 5:45.
As he tells this story,
But
it not only changes multiple times, it is filled with far too many details than necessary, indicating that he has a memory of extremes, but he's rubbing his nose, touching his mouth, fidgeting with the pen, and then puts his guard back up quickly. All of this indicates that Gregory is experiencing a high level of anxiety. Soon he will show his memory of extremes when he goes from sharing too many details to suddenly leaving something out.
He is done.
I drove the van home, hopped in my house. I was wearing black boots and jeans and a gray t-shirt. And I got in my house and I started getting ready for school. Put my bio textbook in my backpack, just started getting ready, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
After this, Gregory's story once again aligns with the one he told earlier. His mom dropped him off at school and he went through his day like normal until the 6th period.
At 1:10, after 5th period, I met up with my friends. We walked off campus.
But you don't have friends.
Stopped to go to the bathroom in the woods. It's not really necessary detail, but that is what happened. And then piled in my friend's car, and we drove to my house. We picked up some more money. Then we drove to the fire pit again, and we smoked more cigarettes there, talked. One of my friends, this is the same kid that was suicidal, and I snuck out of the night for him, but I didn't just sneak out. I stole my mom's car like I did Thursday night, and I had driven over to his house, and I had talked to him stuff. And so this is one of the kids, and so we were just talking about life problems and how to deal with them and just all this shit.
Gregory is once again trying to make himself look like a good person and an honest person by telling on himself, and then bolsters this by including the story about helping his friend.
And we were shooting the shit at this fireplace and smoking cigarettes and just kind of chilling. And then we basically went back home and they dropped me off. And then from then on.
Note that Greg.
I think this is why I couldn't be a detective, because during this interrogation, I know I'm supposed to be like this. I'll be like, so you really think? See, yeah, they'll be like, bro, Dallas, you blew the case, bro. You blew the case.
Gregory says he basically went back home, along with a super extended and then, followed by a long pause before he answers. He's clearly mentally skipping something, but he makes a poor attempt at covering it up as it's pretty obvious, especially as there will be several more pauses throughout his story.
It's pretty much the same. I noticed my mom's car was there. The lights were on. I walked into the house. Everything was everywhere.
Yeah, at 15.
Door busted.
My life problem is to see what goddamn bowl of cereal I finna eat at the football practice.
Looking for my mom. Wasn't anywhere to be found. Blah, blah, blah. Called the police.
Finally, after hours of interrogation, Gregory begins to divulge some of the truth. At face value, this information might not seem relevant to finding Gregory's mother, but Sergeant Pagliari has a suspicion that it just might be more important to the case than anyone realizes.
Who were you with last night? What's their names?
Brian Porras and Dylan Square.
How did you get out of the house?
Window.
Or your bedroom?
Yeah.
You're wearing black boots, jeans, black jeans, right?
Oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you, I dumped all of this clothing because I smelled like smoke.
Okay. So black boots, though, black jeans?
Right. They weren't black jeans, but they were just jeans.
Blue jeans?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then pink.
You dumped all of your clothes because they smelled like smoke on the night your mom went. Okay, yeah, I believe that.
They're purple or gray, they're just standard blue.
Yeah. I would have did that too. I absolutely would have done that.
Yeah.
Yep.
The detective appears to be trying to mirror Gregory's language, which is a pretty common tactic in rapport building. Mirroring verbal language serves the same purpose as mirroring nonverbal language. It helps with connection and trust.
So now it's you and Dylan. Who else?
Brian.
You picked up Brian in Dothan also?
Yes.
Mom's minivan?
It was us three. It was us three.
You three.
Yeah.
You drank? What were you drinking?
Alcohol.
What type? Like a beer, liquor?
Tequila.
Tequila. Okay. Who brought the tequila to the party?
Dylan.
Tequila. Smoking what?
Cigarettes.
Just cigarettes?
Yes.
And these guys, Dylan and Brian, dropped you off today.
Correct.
At your house.
Well, I told you they dropped me off at
right here. Winn-Dixie? Or no, where the hell are you talking about? Where's that place they said they dropped you?
This is High Banks. So they dropped me off here, and I walked the rest of the distance.
So it's not possible that Dylan and Brian came to your house after they dropped you off, stole your shit and killed your mom. Is that possible?
Well, I'd see them drive past me.
Okay. Well, I have to ask because, again, I'm trying to figure out what the hell happened to your mom.
They're definitely...
That was a good suspicion. Did Dylan and Brian drive back to your house, steal your and kill your mom?
accounted for because I saw them throughout the school day, and so if whatever happened to my mom, I don't even know what the fuck happened, but whatever happened to my mom, it happened during the school day, obviously, because when I got home, she wasn't there, and the house was ransacked, so obviously something, whatever.
Gregory repeats the word obviously, which is a way to push his narrative. Remember, the more you repeat something, the more likely others are to believe it.
So none of that's missing. You didn't take to go trade for drugs or anything else?
No.
Okay. Did your friends?
No.
Okay. Now you understand that, hopefully you understand, that this could have...
Yeah. Ha ha ha. Look at modesty. We on the same. We on the same thing. Cause my internet started tripping, y'all. Don't look like that. I'm totally shocked on you guys. Y'all don't believe that my internet was acting up? Look, I tried to when I be trying to bring the video back up. Watch, it won't play. I just be hitting it. It won't play. It just be stuck right there. I don't know. See, look, I'm stuck. See, I'm not tripping. My internet messing up. I'm gonna finish this tomorrow. Y'all gonna come back? Y'all gonna come back tomorrow? It's still an hour to go. That was only 40 minutes on the whole thing. So y'all got an attitude now. So come on, let's talk. Y'all mad at me? I've been trying to switch. Like every time I be calling Comcast, they be like, Mr. Dallas, don't leave, cause we got a better deal for you. And they give me a better deal, and I be stuck, man. I'm gonna get my internet fixed, man. I just want to let y'all know that I love y'all. I appreciate y'all rocking out with me. Tonight is Grown Folk Talk. Make sure y'all follow the Grown Folk Talk page. That's where we're gonna be shooting at. It's gonna be on that page. Grown Folks Talk on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button. That's where it's gonna be. Make sure you tap in with my boy Young Tay White. Young Tay White. We dropped 2 new videos yesterday. 2 new videos yesterday. We doing our thing. We back in the saddle. We here. Young Tay White, the youngest CEO I know of the Flash Mob Entertainment, Highway Collection. Spin by. Y'all messing with it. The hottest video reaction show on the internet. Go tap in. Shit, pile emoji if you ain't like it. Hearts if you do. Tap in with the conductor of the band, Miss Modest Moments, with Bandcamp Chronicles every Friday night. Look, I done hit you Monday. That's GFT. Me and Boss Man Blake. Tap in. I hit you every day, Monday through Saturday, with the DaOnes Detective Agency. I hit you 2 or 3 times out the week with Uno Does the Internet. I'm bringing Talking Wild back, season 6. The crew ready now. We got every day y'all messing with it with me and Young Tay White. Friday nights belong to Bandcamp. Thursdays belong to Talking Wild. So if you really locked in with me and you ride with me, man, you should be already subscribed. The notification bell should be already hit. I ain't expecting you to show up every day, every night, but I do appreciate when you do and come in that thing and being engaged and rocking out. I thank y'all for y'all time. This is part 1 of Case of the Funny Killer. We ain't even covered half of it yet. I'm gonna see y'all tomorrow. Well, later on tonight, right? Right? All right. Man, I love y'all. Y'all are dope. Let me get in these comments. I know y'all cussing me out. I know y'all cussing me out. I know y'all cussing. I knew it. I knew y'all was in there giving me the blues. Hold on. Yeah, now we need the friends and or accomplice. Yeah. Bullshit with the internet. I called. They say no. I I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I love y'all. What? The HR gonna be in here tomorrow. Y'all, yeah, I'm gonna have HR in here. Captain, you gotta stand your ground with the Comcast Mafia, man. They be like, okay, Mr. Dallas, we gonna need 6 months, $800 flat rate. Oh, all right, I'll take it. I got a homeboy from the hood that can run a line to get you back on in 10 minutes. Hey, man, hit me up, man. Tell brother, hit me up. Hey, I appreciate you, D. Thank you, D-Love. Thank you so much. This funny guy ain't even make me laugh yet. Boo, I'm sorry. We gonna find out was it a friend? Was he solo? We gonna find out tomorrow. Y'all, I love y'all. See y'all tomorrow. We'll see y'all tonight.
Here this morning, police are looking for a suspect.
The only detective agency capable of handling these grotesque and obscene cases. Look no further than the DaOnes Detective Agency, where evidence does not matter. We lock you up and figure it out later.
Hey, what's up?
DaOnes Detective